Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It is Amanda Lee. Today I'm going to be dropping 8 habits that help me survive online school. I have been an online student since 2019, so I believe I'm pretty qualified to share some things that have helped me get through my time at an online institution. And I would like to point out, not to toot my own horn, but I have enjoyed online learning so much, in fact, that my next degree I will be pursuing online as well. So let's get into some of the things that I believe have made my life online much easier. Number 1, work out and exercise. Do this regularly. Not only does it produce feel-good endorphins, not only does it improve your focus per se, go to the gym and then go to class, you will retain a lot more information. You will be more sponge-like, if that makes any sense. It is a wonderful discipline practice. Now with online school, you guys probably know, if you're an online student already, you have to have so much self-discipline in order to be successful. There's no longer somebody knocking on your door saying, hey babe, wake up for school, you gotta get going, high school starts in an hour. Your mom she might still do that, but at this point, you might just getting emails for a Zoom meeting in an hour, and you could very easily sleep through that. So having any kind of practice outside of school, outside of your education, outside of your academic ventures, that exercises your discipline helps immensely when it comes to applying discipline to your school. Number 2, write your notes instead of typing them. Like I said, I've been an online student since 2019. I have gone through all of these little things trying to figure out how to best serve myself as a student, and I did type my notes for a short period of time. I found myself struggling to feel engaged whenever I was note-taking, if I typed the notes. For example, if you're sitting through a lecture, I know everything goes so fast. A lot of teachers talk so quickly. Shout out to my college algebra teacher, you almost murdered me. Anywho, because people go so fast, it might just seem easier to take your notes online or on your computer, which that it may be, but your retention is what I'm concerned about. I retained so much more knowledge whenever I started writing down the notes. Again, I think it was just the engagement, the process of writing and then connecting everything. Maybe it was the eye-hand connection. Whatever it was, writing notes instead of typing them helped me so much. Number 3, paint your nails. This is something that obviously you don't have to do, but when you paint your nails, at least for me, whenever I'm writing notes, I'll see my fingernail holding the pencil and it makes me so satisfied. Like my insides just kind of flutter a little bit whenever I take a sip of a water or when I'm typing on my computer and I see my nails. It just makes me so happy. So I think that alone is very productive. Whenever you're able to find things like that make the learning process more and more satisfying, that is a key. Look, the light's coming back out more. So that's like a golden key. Paint your nails. Number 4, have a snack or a sip handy. Now I want to talk to you guys for a second about a philosophy I have behind this. This is not anything proven by anybody, but I have this theory that food-focused fidgeting is a thing. Hear me out. You think back to your high school days, or maybe you're in high school, you think about those kids who you'd always hear them open a bag of chips. It'd usually be a baseball or a football player, some kind of athlete, because they're eating all the time with like the big jug of water. You know who I'm talking about. Now, think about their grades. A lot of those athletes were really surprising in how smart they were. I have a theory that whenever, for example, you have students who also sit with fidget cubes, I think some kids learn and retain knowledge better when they are actively consuming something, not just moving, but consuming. Have you ever been, say you Juul or something? I'm not promoting Juuls by any means. I don't even Juul, but say you do Juul. Just the act of taking a little puff is what is satisfying, right? To some people, maybe the act of taking that sip, or maybe the act of eating that food is what helps them stay focused. So just a little theory for me, and another reason why I think you should keep a snack and sip handy. Number 5, turn your phone on and off. Make sure you turn it off of airplane mode. Now I mention on and off because I think it's really important that if you turn your phone on airplane mode before going to a lesson, to turn it off right when it ends, because that will create a feeling of a cycle, right? So if you turn it off right after it ends, you are going to have this feeling of accomplishment because it's going to become a habit to have absolutely nothing but pure focus until the time is right on the line and completely up. And if you make sure that it's a habit to turn your phone off of airplane mode as soon as you are done studying, that kind of creates a reward system in your head, if that makes any sense. I think you understand. I'm gonna stop doubting you and your intelligence via doubting myself and my intelligence, and just expect you to understand, because having done that has completely changed my perspective on studying. It no longer feels like I'm trapped without a phone. It more so feels like, oh my gosh, I get to reward myself with some phone time and some media, the whole 9 yards, whenever I'm done doing what I have to do to benefit my life outside of the phone. It's also another discipline practice. Again, going back to touching on discipline, you have to practice discipline outside of your education in order to apply discipline to your education. It's not just something that's going to pop up right when you start online school. So make sure you're finding outlets to practice this kind of skill. Number 6, use a planner. Oh my gosh, please use a planner, even if it's just like a sheet of paper similar to this and you've organize the lines to make it a calendar. Make yourself a little planner. I'll show you mine really quick, because this has such an impact on your productivity and your stress. Stress, in my opinion, is the #1 killer for student motivation. If you are stressed out about school, you're not going to want to pay attention to it at all. And even when you are paying attention to it, if you're stressed out, you're not going to retain the knowledge that you need to retain. So this is my planner right now. I only have one class. It's the end of my semester. Again, I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Very exciting, but that's why it's not too full. I have written out every single lecture, discussion question, response, quiz, exam, everything I have. And I did this at the very beginning of the semester, or not semester, of the month, excuse me. Don't be scared to reach out to your teachers and say, hi, I'm trying to plan for our semester for the rest of the month. Would you mind sending me assignments if you don't have a syllabus? A lot of us will get a syllabus and we just don't think about it, that silly old syllabus. But it's useful if you go through and plan everything. So having a planner has helped immensely with reducing stress and making sure I stay on track, as well as it's a discipline practice, another discipline practice. If you forget to plan, then your entire month might feel thrown off. But if you remember to plan, then you've got everything organized and a daily reminder as to where your discipline is going to go and where it's going to lead you. So just get a planner. Do it for me. Do it for somebody you love, whether it's make me your McDreamy if I have to be, okay? Whatever you gotta do, get a planner and set yourself up for success. Your future self, she deserves it, he deserves it, they deserve it. So do it. Number 7 is something that you might see as a little counterproductive. Cry frequently. Cry as often as you can. If you feel a tear coming up, you better go watch some sappy stuff to produce some tears, okay? Crying gives you, number 1, it does give you feel-good endorphins. So no matter what, if you do cry, you will get some happy endorphins. Number 2, if you cry, you increase your focus. Because think about it, if you go to class, and we've all probably been there, maybe you're not as dramatic as me, but if you wake up, you're having a super bad day already, and you show up at school and you're already distracted. You're not there, you're not focused on learning, you're not focused on learning for your future self, for your education. You are just there. You're just existing because you've been in this mental numb space all day because you didn't cry. Wake up, cry your eyes out if you have to, 30 minutes before your lesson. You don't know these people personally, and even if you do, they will understand. Or lead by example if they don't understand, because whenever you cry, you're going to increase your focus, you're going to give yourself feel-good hormones, and it reduces the likelihood of burnout. Burnout is what college students or high school students, any kind of students, master's students, graduate students, any kind of student will experience a sense of burnout where you are just exhausted. You're just done. You want to cry all the time because everything feels so overwhelming. Even if it's not a lot of work, it's just you've done so much work consistently for so long that it feels exhausting. So whenever you cry, it gives you such a release, if that makes any, I mean, of course it makes sense. Again, I'm gonna stop doubting you, but give yourself a good cry. Even if you don't feel like you need it, do some soul searching, journal, write some poetry of your own, and make sure that you are okay. This is kind of like a check in on yourself so you can be your best self kind of moment. And last but not least, this is one of the most important tips, I believe. Romanticize your academic goals. When I say romanticize, I mean imagine yourself in that white coat in the hospital helping people. I mean imagine yourself walking through the halls of that high school you want to teach at. I mean imagine yourself in that astronaut suit walking on Mars. Whatever you want to do, romanticize the frick out of it, because it's everything you're working for. Whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, whether you're in middle school, your education is to provide for your future and what you would like to do with it. So romanticize it. Figure out what you want to do. Take some time to find out what you would like to romanticize and what feels the most romantic to you. For example, I want to go into dietetics. I struggled with an eating disorder growing up, and before, I would romanticize the ideal body. What I would see is my ideal body. But now, with my academic goal of becoming a registered dietitian and going on to serve eating disordered patients, that to me makes my life so amazing and is so easily romanticized because I can so imagine myself and the feelings and the excitement I would have in that situation in my career. Because at the end of the day, we're lucky to even be here. That is such a miracle that we're alive. So don't forget that. Romanticize the crap out of your future. And if someone says you're too excited, just be sad that they're not as excited about their life as you are, because everyone deserves to have that feeling. So that's everything I have for today. I have so many more tips that I would love to give you guys. Please let me know exactly what else you would like to see on my channel. If you'd like more advice on online school, if you would like more fitness related content, just maybe more personal content, more me related content. But I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Thank you for sticking around. Don't forget to help some engagement, to help a girl out over here. I do have YouTube dreams as well. That's very romantic and romanticizing my life. Leave a like and comment on it and share with somebody who you know has gone through the struggles of online school or is about to go through the struggles of online school. Talk to you guys.